Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Coronation Street's Vicky Myers breaks silence in shock cancer battle with important warning. After 28 years struggling as a jobbing actress, at times worrying how to make ends meet, Coronation Street's Vicky Myers understandably decided to splash out and treat herself when she landed a permanent job on the cobbles as Detective Lisa Swain. But rather than a luxury holiday or a new car, Vicky's present to herself was altogether more sensible. "It's really boring, but I treated myself to a new vacuum cleaner," she laughs to Oak. "People might get a nice bottle of champagne or go out for a meal, but my old vacuum was driving me mad, so I bought a Henry. I know what it's like to struggle with money, so I'm pretty frugal. You never know when a job is going to come to an end, so I stayed practical. At least my carpets and the inside of my car are clean now. It's a great piece of equipment with lots of different nozzles. No one can tell me I'm not living it up." While she'll probably draw the line at vacuuming on New Year's Eve, Vicky's approach to the party season is equally as down to earth. "I like to stay in," she says. "It's not that I'm a party pooper, but now I'm a bit older, there's something about New Year's Eve that feels like it's forced fun. I like to have a glass of something and watch the New Year celebrations and fireworks from the warmth and comfort of my front room, rather than be in a drunken haze at 2 a.m. trying to get a taxi home." Things will be a little more dramatic for Vicky on screen over the new year, as her character's relationship with factory boss Carla Connor moves to another level. Regular viewers will know that the two women have been growing closer, and just before Christmas, Carla, Allison King, announced to the factory workers that the two women were now an item. But on New Year's Eve in the Rover's return, Carla goes one step further and tells Lisa she has fallen in love with her. It absolutely floors Lisa, Vicky says. She's just come in from work and goes to the Rovers to ring in the new year. It takes her by surprise, and she doesn't return the sentiment. That doesn't mean she doesn't feel the same way. I just think she's not quite ready. This is a massive step for her. Vicky, 48, joined Coronation Street permanently earlier this year after 3 years making occasional appearances as straight-talking police officer D.S. Swain. Since then, she has featured in a host of major storylines and quickly established herself as one of the show's most popular new characters. After treatment and reconstructive surgery, she was able to return to auditioning, but in 2013, worn down by endless rejections at auditions and struggling to pay the bills as a single mom, she took a 2-year break from acting and began an office job in a casting house. "But I never gave up on my dream of being an actor," Vicky says. "There were times when it was really hard, and there were days when I said, I just can't do it, it isn't practical. But I always believed in myself and knew that it would happen one day. I never lost sight of that." Vicky grew up in Stockport with her parents Helen and Paul, who ran a local pub, and from an early age was fascinated by film. "I loved Wonder Woman and Flash Gordon. I watched them again and again on VHS," she recalls with a smile. "From that I would make up stories with my dolls and go into these magical worlds. Then I watched Meryl Streep in Kramer vs. Kramer, and that was it. I knew that's what I wanted to do." But with no idea how to go about it, Vicky left school and took a job in telesales. By the time she was 20, she was married with a baby. "It was what I wanted at the time," she explains. "I got engaged at 18, and I knew that I wanted to start a family young, so having Meg when I was 20 seemed like the most natural thing in the world." Yet Vicky refused to give up on her acting ambitions, and when her daughter was just 4 months old, she picked up a copy of Yellow Pages and called an agency. She recalls, "I was holding Meg and I thought, what do I say to this girl if she ever says she wants to do something? You lead by example. I didn't want her to grow up with me saying, I could have done this, I wish I'd done this. How could I tell her to go for something when I'd not done it myself?"